Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. We are finally back and we are going to be taking up the Toyota GT Cup. So this is my debut. We wasn't able to take round 1, this is going to be round 2. So yeah, we're back after quite a long time with work and family related issues. So we're going to be jumping straight back in with the Toyota Cup. We have the Spaniard up in front in P1, we've also got the German in P2, we've also got the Italian here in P3. We're going to be starting in P4, of course repping the UK. We also have the another Spaniard, and keep your eye on this Italian here in P6. Also a special shout out to Pit Styles, they're a very clean and fast driver. So this is us frantically trying to find the traction control, as you're going to see right here, as someone behind gets a false start, making sure we keep a hand on the handbrake there. We get an amazing start here, going straight past the German, straight up into P3, right up behind P2 here, but keep your eye on the rear view mirror. Remember the Italian starting in P6, he's going to shoot it down the inside of everyone here, so we have to back out. I have to give him plenty of space, but we are going to get the kind of a cutback here on the exit. Going to give him plenty of space here on the outside, but that is going to give us the inside for the next corner. Getting it slowed down here, making sure we don't get too much oversteer. Now I was kind of expecting the Italian behind to launch it, so we do take a little bit of a defensive line into this next corner. That is going to compromise my line all the way through the corner, and of course all the way down this down the back straight. It's not really a straight, but it is a flat out section. So we're going to keep our foot all the way to the floor. We do know he is going to lunge into the next corner, but amazingly, look at that, just giving us enough width on the exit. So he is a clean driver, if not a bit aggressive. A bit of contact up in front, so we are going to shoot down the inside of the Italian, who just got pushed a little bit wide. We're also going to have the inside for the following corner, so we're going to go and make that position stick. I'm coming into one of the hardest corners on the circuit. As you see, the Spaniard there getting it kind of wrong, a little bit slidey going into the corner, so he's going to have a bit of a bad run down this straight. We have caught in the slipstream, so see if we can gain any momentum coming into turn 1. A little bit too far back to go for the move, so we're just going to try and keep it nice and clean and tidy. Again, the Spaniard getting really drifty, going out into the gravel. Manages to keep hold of it for now though, as we go through this sweeping corner. Coming into the left-hander here. Hitting our brake marker to perfection. We get a little bit drifty ourselves. It's going to cost us a little bit of time, but they are fighting behind, so we are able to pull a bit of a gap. Now we can just focus on catching this Spaniard up in front. Try and get a nice exit coming down this flat out section. Make sure we don't understeer into the wall. That is a very, very dangerous thing to do. Braking just after the shadow here on the floor. A little bit drifty coming into the corner, but the Spaniard there just running a little bit off into the gravel. We're going to close that gap a little bit more. Getting a good final sector here, and we should be right on the back of him. And make sure we brake nice and early here, keeping in 4th gear for the extra stability. However, we don't brake hard enough. We are going to run a little bit wide. Now I did try to pull out so that we didn't get a penalty. However, as you can see right there, we did indeed pick up a 0.5 second track limit penalty. So that is not working in our favour. Now we really need to get past him so that we don't lose touch. As you can see, the Spaniard is very prone to making a lot of mistakes around this course. So we're going to try and keep it nice and smooth and tidy. We should be able to pull right back up onto the back of the Spaniard. Again, drifting through this corner here. We take a wide line to try and avoid going into the side of him. Again, trying to keep it nice and tight into this sweeping corner. And as you can see, we are right on the back. We do have that 0.5 second penalty, but we do have a 2-second gap, or around about 2-second gap to the Italian behind. Coming through, getting it stopped, I was panicking a little bit, so we went down to second for that extra stopping power. However, the Spaniard goes a little bit wide and it's going to be slow up the hill. We managed to sweep straight on past. So that is good for us because now we can serve our penalty. And we will not lose too much time, we lose a little bit of time, but if we keep an eye on that rear view mirror. As we come into the final corner, he's going to get it all kinds of wrong, go into the barrier. We serve our 0.5 second penalty, he's going to lose a position. We are not going to lose a position, we're going to lose a whole heap of time, but we're not going to lose that position. As you see, the gap coming down from 2 seconds to the Italian. Coming into turn 1, that gap is going to be around about 0.6 or 0.7. We actually get a better exit out of that corner, so the gap is going to increase up to about 1 second again. So that was lucky for us that the Spaniard just made that mistake. That means that we can concentrate on putting in some good lap times. Now my personal best in time trial at least was a 1:35.6, I believe. I can't remember right now, but it was a 1:35.6. So we know we have a bit of decent pace about us. Just coming into the uphill section here, getting it slowed down, going down to second as we went a little bit wide there. But that is going to compromise our run all the way up the hill. As you can see, the Italian here gaining all the time. So now we just need a couple good corners. We also need a couple mistakes from the Italian, and we should be good. Coming into the final corner, making sure we don't slide too much. Cut that corner nice. A big for the front right tyre. As you can see, the Italian here closing right up onto our bumper. I'm going to move now to the end of lap 5. We did manage to pull that gap back up to about 1 second. But we are going to serve our 0.5 second penalty here. The Italian gets a really good run out of the final corner, so we are going to lose that position. However, we're going to sneak into the slipstream right behind it, so that we don't lose too much time. Gap up to about 5 seconds by the time we get into turn 1. And the Italian taking it nice and easy there. Not losing too much time to us, and we haven't gained too much time in turn 1. We seem to gain though through that sweeping corner, and the Italian going for a little drift session here. Just going to slow him up, so we're just going to give him a little bump, a little bit of a hurry up. But of course we don't want to lose too much time to the Spaniard behind, so we don't want to fight this one too hard. But we are going to go for that position if and when the opportunity arises. It's coming through this flat out section down the hill, braking just after this shadow. Get it slowed down, get a wider line so that we can get a good run up the hill. Now we fake to go right and then we shoot it down up the inside. He's going to back out as he knows that position was lost, but he's going to get the old switcheroo. So we're going to back out this time, letting him take the racing line. However, he does just understeer a little bit wide into us. So making sure we keep it nice and clean and tidy through this final corner here. Coming home, or coming round to start lap number 7. We do get a really good run. We also have the slipstream, so we're going to go up the inside, trying to make this move work coming into turn 1. We are already alongside, so we're going to just brake where we normally brake. A little bit of rubbing on the entrance, but nothing too major as everyone keeps the car on the track. So now we just have to focus once again on getting that lap, or getting that lead up to about 2 seconds. I think is where we're going to be comfortable, so we know we don't have the slipstream, or we know we're not giving away the slipstream. Now you see there the gap coming up to about 1 second, coming through this corner nice and tight early on the power on the exit. Now we're going to fast forward once again to the end of the lap. Now as you can see, my tyres down there at the bottom left hand corner, but the front right corner, or the front right tyre, is absolutely dead. I'm not really sure how many laps left we can do on this tyre. It's coming through turn 1 here. Now this track really does hate the right tyres, especially the front tyre on this car. So we're going to fast forward now once again to the end of lap 9, and we're still not pitting. However, the Italian behind is going to pit. That's going to promote the Spaniard up in front to P2. Coming through turn 1 here, we are going to turn our attention to that tyre life, as that is the end of our right front tyre. That is dead now, so RIP front right tyre. You did as well, you served us very valiantly, as we do have the fastest lap of the race. Actually, I didn't notice that until now. So that is pretty good, but we're going to fast forward now to the end of lap 10, and we're still not going to pit. We are going to carry on, just keeping an eye on the delta here, as we are trying to look to see who is going to pit and who is not going to pit. So it looks like me and the 2 Spaniards behind are staying out. I'm not really sure how long the 2 Spaniards are going to be staying out for. I'm not really sure how long I'm going to be staying out for. As we fast forward now to lap 12, I am frantically trying to find any settings or like race info, because at this point thinking that I could just carry on these tyres. We're doing 138s, so we've got really good, or relatively good pace on these completely dead tyres, and I couldn't find any info if there was a required pit stop. The 2 guys behind have not pitted, so either way we are going to be doing the same strategy as them. But if you keep an eye on the map here, you can see P4 is the Italian, and he is the leader of the pit stoppers. So me and the 2 Spaniards are the only ones that haven't pit. So we're going to keep an eye on the two Spaniards. If they do both pit, then we probably will come in, hoping we haven't lost too much time. As you can see there, we have around about 2 laps and 6 seconds to the guy behind. So getting it nice and clean and tidy up this hill here, admiring the windmills as we go through the corner. Cut it a little bit, but it's going to be okay. We're not going to get a penalty for that. And we're going to come home at the end of lap 15 with a 8.5 second gap to P2. Our tyres are completely dead. We immediately look over to see if we have a penalty. We do not, so no pitting required on this particular round. So we came home with quite a comfortable victory in the end, and you can see the Italian here coming home with a 21 seconds after making that pit stop. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I've been away for so long, but it's good to be back, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.